timelines, like a Tarantino film without the graphic homicide. And full view of fetish moments, except for this one. Check them out, boys. Opening song written by him on a singing musician. You want me to sing? You got it wrong. It's cabaret. Sucked in bad if you thought it would make. Oh shit! I'm live. I didn't realize I was live yet. YouTube kind of pushed me live, and I was vibing and singing. Hey everyone. Whoops. Oh, we got Wade Barrett in the ring. Joe Tessitore. All right, his first night on the scene. He's got a hell of a voice. I think I can definitely get behind this guy as the play-by-play. I like his voice. Oh, like he's got a commanding voice. I think I'm gonna like this guy as the play-by-play for Raw. We'll hear him in action tonight, and I'm excited for it. So we got a few agenda items tonight. One, I got to get the Cyber Sunday poll out because I haven't gotten it done yet. B, we got to update the live alerts because I am tired of getting Adam Cole jump scared. And thirdly, I have to pay up on JT's donation from last night, which I am prepared for. To the point where I feel like I'm going to start setting like donation reward redemptions for that kind of stuff. Uh, and last but most certainly not least, I got to update the website because I haven't done that in a few days. And also, I guess fifthly, I need to make a thumbnail and get NXT put out for members because I haven't done that yet. I had it uploaded over an hour ago, and I just didn't have time to type the description and everything up. Let me start with that, actually. Oh, are we? Yeah, I like Joe Tessitore. I like his voice. I like the story he tells on the as on commentary. Definitely going to be able to get behind this guy. Oh, and we kick off with Mommy Rhea Ripley. Glad I got it right by putting Rhea on the thumbnail tonight. Also, we've been picking up a lot. Like, I think we've been getting more consistent viewership on the Wrestle Luigi watch alongs than we ever did on Alice Living Universe, which is insane. But I think also having Wrestle Luigi, which is mainly me in front of the camera content anyway, has been a big part of this. It's just really cool to see. There we go. So I'm on Twitter, and there's video of Punk lipping, and the internet wrestling community thought he was injured again. You know, you know, foreign concept here. A wrestler has a brutal match where their leg is targeted, and they sell the injury. I I gotta be real with you, Zach. The kind of, oh, I saw people saying this about Punk, and oh, what if he got injured again when he hasn't? I don't care about that kind of stuff. I just simply don't care. Oh, here comes Dirty Dom. Are we gonna get Rhea and Dom in a match? That is the burning question on many's minds. Oh, Dom's got a black eye. Jeez. All right, cool. So, Ella's Love Universe channel members, NXT is now available. I finally got it out. Cool. Just close out. Premiere for the night. Hey, yo. Hey, Pierre. Good to see you, man. I went ring shopping. That's fun. That's always fun. I got mine right here. Got a little Espanol there from Maria. Oh yeah, there's a lot. There's millions of different options for rings. Oh, there's Liv. Oh, jeez. That was such a smooth transition in that, and her leg getting caught there as well. Yo, Damien, you gotta come help your buddy. Whoa, oh man, there's Damien. God, I wish there was a dark theme for Google Sheets because it is god dang blinding otherwise. I'm a dark mode kind of guy, if you can't tell. Oh man. All right then. I always love the tracking shots. I know it's been like 6+ months, but I always like the tracking shots. Yeah, Patty, I can't wait to see him versus Strowman. Oh yeah, it'll be a fun match. Okay, everyone, keep your eyes on the community tab of LS11 Universe because I will be putting out. I will be putting out the Cyber Sunday polls in the next hour or so. Give us motivational words of support. Is there going to be a limit on how many times you can vote? I'm going to not turn on a limit, similar to how I do at the end of the year awards, and I'm just going to hope everyone votes a number of times they feel is fair in a community of 3,500 people almost. Trying to figure out what the best way. How am I going to do this? Andrade learned a valuable lesson. Never trust a Viper. Sure did. Sure did. But hey, you got the everyone finally got the answer on why did Randy do what he did, and it is Johnny has been was a heel champion last time. He's never been a good guy champion on top of the world, so now he's learning what happens when there's a target on your back. Mm. I started itching there. All right, I'm not looking at the chat for just a minute here while I get something done here. Let me get it pulled back up. Odd that Kevin and Randy are both trying to teach Johnny a lesson in slowing down. Sure is. See, I'm going through my roster and seeing who I have available. Because tonight I'm finally going to go through and make sure the website's 100% up to date. Because there's like 7 or 8 people that Ray got in the draft that he just hasn't used yet. And I sent him a text about this last night. There's like 7 or 8 people he hasn't used yet following the draft. He was like, don't put them on the roster until I've brought them to SmackDown. And I'm like, bro, it's been 3 months. I'm putting them on your roster at this point because I'm starting to forget that I don't have these people. So you'll see a few people swap rosters this week on the website over to SmackDown. Let's see. I'm going to give you guys 14 options for the who will challenge for the women's tag titles thing because you guys are pairing up 2 women together. It's like Nathan's got to admire at least someone likes a man with ambition and never slowing down. Hey, yo. Let's see here. Shoot Ray a text here to double check something's okay. See, although Bronson's got COVID, so he's out of triple threat. Joe Hendry makes main roster debut. Don't even tease me with that. They're probably just gonna make it a one-on-one match between Sheamus and Ludwig, but don't tease me with that, Pierre. Because if I hear say his name and he appears tonight, or they might just put like fucking Odyssey Jones or something in there. Go sent my message to Ray. It'd be kind of funny if Adam Pearce comes out and says I'm looking for a replacement. Yeah, I'd pop big if they did a say his name spot with Joe Hendry. Let me close my notebook so no one gets any peeks into the results of NXT for tomorrow. Oh man. Yeah, Ray and I were just discussing an NXT call up that is happening soon in Universe on where this individual is going. That's what I was waiting on, so I knew if I could put this person in the good lineup of people for Raw. The broadcast team. Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys 14 options. Maybe I throw a legend in. Okay, it is billed as a mystery opponent. Again, watch it just be someone like Odyssey Jones or Braun Strowman or someone that was on the show in the last 3 weeks. That being said, oh, I'm gonna pop huge if it's Joe. Because they did do a thing at the end of I saw a thing online last night. I will say, I saw a clip from WWE's Twitter and Instagram where Joe and Shawn Michaels had just a very nice moment backstage after the match, where Shawn Michaels was like, "Whatever happens next, just remember, I believe." And Joe was like, I can show up anywhere, any show. All they have to do is say my name. Yeah, I'm hoping not Drew. I'm hoping that Drew isn't just put in there because like the dude just lost the match. I'd rather Drew be like, I'm not worried about the bloody IC title right now. I want the world title, especially because CM Punk wants the world title or something like that. All right, let's see. I may throw you guys just a fun. See, I'm afraid. I was thinking about putting like one legend name in there for the tag title match, but I'm also like, then that name is definitely going to be one of them, and I don't know if I want to have to do anything involving a legend at Cyber Sunday. It's tag match is cooking, by the way. No surprise. Julius Creed really good at that wrestling thing, if you haven't heard. Once the once the whole cash flow thing gets handled, like probably the end of this month, once I've started getting my um once my money situation is figured out, because for reference, everyone, I left my job last week and I get my final paycheck from them on Thursday. But until then, I don't get my first paycheck from my new job until Friday, September 27th. So for 22 days, I will be working with only one paycheck and whatever I can make off selling some of my old stuff on eBay, because I'm going to be selling some of my collectibles I don't really have much use for anymore on eBay. Anything I get off Fiverr for doing freelance, and anything I make off YouTube through donations. Since I am not getting a YouTube ad rev check this month because I didn't hit the $100 payout threshold. We had a very down month compared to our highs we've been on for a while. So essentially right now I'm just kind of doing a quick poke through of I'm doing a quick poke through of the Patreons that I'm on the free tier for at the moment to see who I need to. I essentially swap out every few months who I'm pledged to on Patreon based on who's got stuff available for free that I can grab if I just stay on the free tier, or who, if I, drop $5 this month, I could grab a bunch of stuff I'd need now, move on, so forth. Oh, Gable wants a street fight with the Wyatt Six. I would be heel versus heel, but American Made versus Finn and JD could be fun. True, true. Oh boy. Howdy's got a mic. He's gonna speak. Smooth grab on that mic there from Gacy. Um, I'm trying not to get my hopes up that it could be Joe Hendry. I'm working on not getting my hopes up. Because it's just gonna be like fucking Odyssey Jones or something. Ugh. What do you think the White 6 endgame is? It's gotta be Randy, right? That's a tough one. I mean, maybe. All right, 14 names now in here. I'll admit, I do feel a little bad looking at the names listed like as options for you guys for. Oh, I might have to throw a legend or two in here, actually. Just, I might have to throw a fucking legend or two in here, because otherwise, it's very underwhelming. Like, it actually might be a little underwhelming if I don't put someone else in here. Maybe Cena. Yeah, that's not the worst thing I could have imagined. Yeah, I'm gonna throw like because I'm realizing just some of the names I've given as options on here is just super underwhelming otherwise. could hear me out Roman Reigns, since Roman could be on any show. Um, I don't think Roman's a free agent in I don't think Roman's a free agent in real life, is he? No, I think Heyman had him. Yeah, no, Roman's not a free agent. Roman's part of the SmackDown roster. Heyman had him pulled him from the draft pool so that he would stay on SmackDown. The only free agents on WWE's website are Brock Lesnar and Omos. And something tells me that that free agent section is also kind of the waiting for their contract to expire section for now. Since apparently WWE's given up on Omos, and I feel like the well, Brock's just an OB Brock. He can come back whenever. Is more of a we don't really want to talk about it kind of thing. Yeah, I'll throw a couple fun like cameo names in here. Oh, that was sweet. Someone had a sign about Zelina's dad. I always love Zelina's cape with the Puerto Rican flag on it. I think that's always so cool. He... oh man. I don't know why. It's force of habit from the old days, right? Because as I've been very, not outspoken, but I've always admitted this in the past, and like in the early days of the channel when I was at my dad's house, and slightly into my time in the old apartment. Uh, that being said, slightly back into my time at the old apartment when I had like the whole WWE rosters worth of figures, I would look over at the shelf for inspiration on who to use for stuff, and that helped me a lot. Not quite so easy now because I don't have as many figures, and the ones I do have are pretty much all put in a box where I'm gonna just kind of sell off a lot of them again because I was like, I was gonna get back into I was like, I'm gonna get back into figure collecting, and then I realized how expensive that was gonna be. I was like, maybe I'm not. Like, there's some fans sent to me that I like. They gave me a really good discount on, so I'm not gonna just turn around and flip what they gave me a good deal on because that's not cool. But so I'll keep those. But like some of the ones I bought that I'm just not even displaying. Like Scott Steiner is on display. I'll keep him. Triple H, obviously, I'll keep. But like, probably get rid of like the I don't know, like the Cesaro I bought. I don't really need him. Don't really need certain ones of the elites that I've bought. I'll pop them on eBay for $10. Get rid of them. Try and turn try and turn at least a little profit out of it, so I have some money for like gas and stuff. The usual. In good condition. Yeah, it's pretty good condition. I mean, I quite literally bought it on Amazon new last year as part of a Black Friday sale. Yeah, I probably got it. It's in a box. Hold on. I'll just grab it. Not accidentally kick over anything on the way to grabbing it. Is in here? Yeah, right here. Yeah, he's like fresh out of the box. Like joint's still like very tight and stiff because I've not messed with it. But there you go. But that's the one. It's cool. I like Claudio a lot, but like I'm probably gonna just get rid of this one because like I don't need all the figures I have. I bought way more than I thought I was going to. When I did, got a bunch in here that I'm just kind of sell off, try and make some of my money back. So I'll probably start throwing those on eBay tomorrow because it looks like I'm not going to be working tomorrow. Because it is 9 o'clock and no emails have come through being like, hey, ZRC, because that's just what I told them to call me, ZRC or Xander. The kids can call me Mr. Carver, Mr. Ramsey Carver, I don't care. But the others, they're full grown adults. They're more adults than I am. Yeah, I'm throwing a few names. I'm throwing. Fuck it, I'm throwing two more names into the mix for the voting. Just kind of as a please don't pick these. This is a joke options.
Patients want to know why we should take care of their enamel, and I tell them strong enamel is your best defense against erosion and cavities. Reinforce self-defense with Pronamel Active Shield for an effective cavity protection. And Pronamel Active Shield.
So if they don't call me tomorrow and be like, hey, can you go do this? I'll be like, is it you know, I have my preferences for what grade level. If I'm able to get enough stuff on eBay listed where I can make as much in one day on eBay as I could from a day of subbing, I'll do it. I got enough stuff in here to get rid of. I need to get. I bought. So when the Hookhausen Amazon 2-pack came out, I wasn't sure how many Danhausen figures there were ever going to be because he had already started kind of disappearing from AEW TV. And so I pre ordered two. One I was going to keep in box, one to unbox. I have not unboxed either of them yet, and I want to put a Danhausen somewhere in my office because I love Danhausen. Like, I love that Danhausen very much. He's very nice, very evil. I'm gonna give you guys one fun thing. I'm gonna throw one TNA name in for the who challenges for the women's tag title things. And if that TNA name wins, then I'll like and gets the opportunity in the poll, I'll be like, all right, well that's good to know that this person's that over that I could possibly have them bypass NXT. I don't know who it's gonna be yet though. I'm figuring that out still. I'm going through the roster because I want it to be obviously someone not involved in Worlds Collide with a title on the line. So like obviously, and that's an issue because the Knockouts roster is a little small. Like it can't be, like just going through it can't be the Decay, it can't be Killer Kelly, it can't be Masha Slamovich, it can't be Jordan Grace. That'd be the big one. I know people would want that. So like the Decay, MK Ultra, and Jordan Grace, those are like my big five names in the knockout scene. I guess I could put like a Steph Delander in there maybe. Waiting for the Fatu figure to be put up for pre-order. Tamatonga and Tongaloa. Or same as Tamatonga, since they announced them at Comic Con. Yeah, I get that. Jacob, so I'm gonna be very particular. Like I'm gonna get rid of figures except for people I like to. And I'm eventually gonna get a shelf set up because like you guys have kind of seen my shelves before. You trying to make sure I don't show the TV. There's several like empty shelves. Eventually, I'm gonna reorganize these shelves and get. I'm eventually gonna get the shelves set up and have a wrestling figure shelf. All right then. Oh, I think the J Rhea thing is finally gonna start tonight. Yeah, I think the Jay and Rhea thing starts tonight. Not picky if they have an elite or a basic, whatever I found. This time in the line, I don't care. Fair, fair. I just prefer the elites because I used to do stop motion and stuff, and I just like the articulation for playing out matches. Especially because back in the day, I used to have a ring set up and stuff, and I had like a setup where I would practice out ideas for Universe with the figures. It was really cool. It was really fun. Like some of the coolest ideas came from that. Some tag teams came from that. I'm trying to go like what teams did come from that specifically, because some did. Some that I ended up sticking together for a while and not coming from that. I think an early idea of Cross and Corbin having some kind of interaction came from I had them on the shelf together at one point before I sold off all my figures, and then 2 years later I did it in season 5 briefly. Um, oh, I know who it's gonna be. The mystery person in the triple threat's gonna be Sami Zayn because he hasn't gotten a chance in the tournament, and they're gonna be like, oh well, he's looking for a rematch with Braun, even though he had his rematch 2 out of 3 falls and he lost. Found the basic Mellow version. I've got the elite actually. I think. Yeah, I got the elite of Mellow. That was one of the ones I got from a fan. Jeez. I look away from my phone for these streams for 10 minutes, and it's just like with notifications. And like the weirdest part of it, like the most annoying thing about it is genuinely that my phone doesn't fucking ring or get notifications unless I am on stream or recording. And then suddenly, every person in every app that I have, every person I know in every app I have, need to get a hold of me right just then. I do have some cool things to share in a minute once I get the once I get this taken care of, because I'm such a Punk fan, I pre-ordered all the Punk Elite figures, Elite Basics, 2-packs, even the Ultimate Edition. Yeah, I might get a singular Phil if I get a Phil figure, just because, you know, I do like him a lot nowadays. But, I don't know. Yeah, I'll throw Steph Delander in the poll. Oh, hold up. There we go. That only took me a while. So you see how big the boxes I order from Ringside are. I've gotten big boxes from Ringside before, way back in the day. They're in Calgary next week. I was like, we're gonna get the grand return of Natalia next week. There he is. Old Phil. Now I suppose tonight we'll find out if what Phil's next thing is. Is he gonna stick around in a feud with Drew? Is Drew gonna make him stick around in the feud? Which I by the way, just kind of on a quick note here because I'm realizing it. Several matches have similar stipulation options. Like multiple matches where you guys are voting on the stipulation have like steel cage as an option. A couple have have extreme rules. A couple have falls count anywhere, that kind of stuff. If somehow like there's three of them that have steel cage as an option and steel cage wins all three, I'm gonna veto it and go to the second most for the match that Steel Cage won by the least margins. So say Randy Orton and Johnny Gargano, Steel Cage far and away wins it, right? Like 90% of the voters go that. But then Braun Strowman and Uncle Howdy, Steel Cage only won by like 3%. Then I just realized the hand motions I'm doing. Then Strowman and Howdy would go with the second most because I don't want to do, three Steel Cage matches. I don't want to do 4 ladder matches, 2 last person standing matches. Oh boy. Bill wants to talk business. Oh. Hold on a minute. Oh shit. Phil's calling out Gunther. Phil wants that world title. He's got the bracelet on, and I'm a little worried. I swear to God, if Drew just takes the bracelet again. Gunther and Punk. Seems like where we're heading next, unless Drew pops out of nowhere. That being said, if they lock that match in for Bad Blood and I don't have the money to go to Bad Blood in Atlanta, oh, I'm going to be so sad. Gunther Punk in my home state. Oh, there's Drew. Number 1 hater is back. Oh, that was a sick Claymore. All right, I guess we're getting the Phil and Drew rubber match. Maybe a triple threat with Gunther. Oh, and now here come the agents. Touch me and I. Oh, for fuck's sake, he's taking the bracelet again. Yeah, I had a feeling. Oh, he's gonna break it, isn't he? Oh no. He's broken the bracelet. I kind of had a feeling. Oh my god, he's making him eat the bracelet. Fantastic visual there. Punk is part of the few that have beat Gunther in Universe. I know Reigns, who else? Cesaro was the first. He's done it twice. Pete Dunne's done it in the Fatal. Or no, Dunne didn't do it. AJ Styles has done it. Cesaro, AJ Styles, they've both done it twice. Cesaro once for the UK title, once for the #1 contendership to Rude at SummerSlam. Adam Cole beat him. So that's 3. And then Gunther would get called up. His only loss on main roster at the time would be when he lost to Cesaro in the Gauntlet. Lost to Reigns at Survivor Series. That was the 4th person to beat him. Went on a bit of an undefeated streak after that, where he won the IC title. And then after that, it would have been season 4. AJ beat him again at Money in the Bank, so that's already someone's already beat him. SummerSlam, Gunther was not on the. Gunther won the IC title from Rude. And then his next loss would be to Seth Rollins, so that's 5 people that have pinned him at that point. Before Gunther won the Rumble. Knight did not pin Gunther. Gunther remained undefeated in season 5, won the belt, and then lost to Gargano. So 7 people have pinned Gunther in LS11 Universe. Johnny Gargano, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, Cesaro, and Adam Cole. It's really not a bad lineup across that many years.
Looking for a smarter weight loss? Try the Swiffer Palm Lock. An all-in-one cleaning tool with a 360-degree swivel head that goes places a regular lock just can't. Lock smarter with the Swiffer Palm Lock. To truly embrace the fun life, let's learn to let go. Bienvenidos a la vida más.
It's weird having to make a Google form again. This is why I don't do Masters of the Ultimate Universe anymore. This shit's tedious. Like that's why we stopped doing predictions. It's just tedious. Were most of those wins clean ever got? The only one that wasn't was Seth. Rollins is the only one on that list that didn't beat him clean. Rollins had to do a low blow. Sure, Punk rolled him up, but it was a clean match. Gunther just got in his own head. Like, yeah. Cole beat him clean. Styles beat him clean all 3 times. Takeover 10 in the 4-way, the submission match, and then Money in the Bank Season 4. Reigns beat him clean at Survivor Series. That Season 4. Yeah, Styles beat him clean at Money in the Bank. Oh, actually 5. Or an 8th person, Baron Corbin, beat him in the World Cup because of Bobby Roode getting involved. So Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin are the only 2 out of the 9 people that have beat Gunther that didn't do it clean. Rollins had to use the low blow. Corbin had an assist from Roode. I'd completely forgotten Gunther lost in the World Cup to Bobby Roode. Or to Baron Corbin, I mean. Because then Gunther turned around and cost Roode, who was the IC champion at the time, his World Cup first round match to fucking Dabba-Kato, of all people. I was really scrapping for ideas at that point in Season 4. That was when I was like, we're going to bring back some people that I could see Triple H bringing back. And like fucking Kalisto and Justin Gabriel and Rowan and others started showing up. Okay. There's no way Phil didn't accidentally swallow a couple of those beads. Get him, Pierce. Oh my god. Phil is bleeding from the mouth. Get him, former NWA champion Adam Pierce. Oh my god. And we aren't even in the Netflix era yet. Shit. That shit was insane.
Saw something different in his eyes. That was before we witnessed the attack in the ambulance. I saw it I did recognize. So very hardly recognize me. Certainly me too. That's not happened 20 years ago. I don't know. I just don't feel nice to see it. No, because that's what kept us strong. We will see if we can get you an update as to what's transpiring backstage in the medical division.
Where the hell's JT? I want to go ahead and get this banana taken care of. There, just sent JT a DM saying, "Get in the damn stream already. I want to get this banana dip fulfilled so I can actually eat the fucking thing." Oh, Dragon Lee finally getting a shot at a match on Raw. Everybody drink. Who do you think Gunther's next challenger is? Drew and Punk in a triple threat. What the hell is that? What the hell is that graphic for Morgan and Morgan Law Firm? What the hell did I just look at? Dun 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 dun. So we've already got Pete Dunne and Jey Uso qualified, right? I think Dom's gonna find his way through this one because I feel like they're gonna want two faces, two heels, and if it's gonna be in the other triple threat, which I don't think it will be, I think it's just gonna be like fucking Odyssey Jones or something. I think it's probably a Dom victory here. I think Dom worms his way to it. I think it's been amazing under Ray. Like Punk is super realistic with not holding back on the mic. The way he brought in the obsessive Drew character with Next Wave and the Jey Uso story. Oh yeah, I really liked Ray's run with SmackDown. It's been, you can tell that the pressure of me having to do it is off. And like I know Raw's felt like it's kind of been coasting for a few months. I do promise you that when I wrap up TNA this week and I have more time, Raw and NXT both are going to feel more important every week, and I'm even debating using Universe Mode a little bit and like giving that a test run. We may actually take some time tonight and try and set up Universe Mode on 2K24. Just to give it a shot, you know, do some stuff in Universe Mode. Because there are some cutscenes I'd like to use. Like, I know there's one where the Money in the Bank winner hits the champion in the back with the briefcase. Stuff like that that I can't do just with my exhibition stuff. Originally had it um originally had it be a huge six-way match ripping off the match at Armageddon. Gunther, Punk, Drew, Seth, Finn, Priest. That could be fun. Actually using universe mode, scandalous. I know I tried that whole debacle with someone in a comment section several months ago. They were like, why do you even call it universe mode if you're just doing matches? It's like, because the universe mode system is fucking broken. And it's so much harder to actually do stuff with it. I mean, now with my new way of doing stuff, it may actually be faster to use universe mode, because now my way I do it is I do all the matches, then I do all the segments and all the post-match stuff. So it might actually start being faster now if I start doing it that way. I think Ilya will hit the headbutt and Dom will take the pin from him. Zach, I think you may have just called the finish like perfectly, dude. I genuinely think you may have just called the finish perfectly. I think that may be exactly what happens.
Touchdown. Pizza Hut now. Get free large pizza rate. That's a free pizza on your next order. You can pizza now. Then pizza again. Free pizza means your next dinner is served. Get your stuff for free. Get it while it's hot. Only at Pizza Hut.
No, I love Halloween.
Why?
We're giving you Kit Kats.
So you idiot. All your Kit Kats are free.
Happy Halloween. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Actually, that's like there are certain commercials that speak to me, like that are very endearing to me for various reasons. Ones where I think that there's like cute parent-kid interactions is one of them because of my unfortunate desire to one day be a father. My fucking natural desire to one day be a father. To one day be a dad. Um, anyways, that being said, um, that one with the kid being like, you know, my favorite thing about Halloween is people give me Kit Kats for free, and then that's doing, son, you're 8, they're all free. That that is the kind of dad I will aspire to be when that day eventually comes. Just the one that is willing to be so deadpan, like, son or daughter, all of your candy is free. You're a child. Is that just, I don't know. Those kind of commercials just are very fun to me.
It's not stereo. Stuffing each other in the corner. Continental Championship. Circus record. NXT North American Championship. Superstars of all of NXT all in that time. Great Chip Lee and Clipper stepping up to a whole new level of threat, putting themselves an opportunity for Intercontinental Championship gold. Dominic Mysterio desperation.
There we go. I think that's better. Give you guys kind of a quick view of what to kind of expect here. That's what the poll screens are going to look like, and then, well, actually, just to finish my analysis here, and then when the results get announced, I will put like 7%, 33%, 60%, because that's roughly what I imagine. I feel like Duke's going to get a decent amount. I feel like Corbin's going to get a small amount. And then I feel like Montez is probably going to run away with this poll. But hey, whoever wins it wins it. I'm not gonna rig the polls. I have not rigged the polls at all for Cyber Sunday. And I don't intend to. That being said, I have put together a situation for Cyber Sunday where I will analyze it throughout the week. Oh, there's Carlito. Yep, Carlito wiping out Dragon Lee. I think Dom's definitely winning. Here comes Priest. But anyways, you think Jay tonight in the tag match? Oh yeah, 100%. The way that Rhea said she had someone in mind, the whole crowd started going yeet, and Priest kind of looked around and went, "Just let me know what he says." and walks off, yeah, it's gonna be Jay. Oh nope, Dom's hightailing it out of there. It looks like it might be an Ilya win. Yep, looks like it's about to be either an Ilya or a Dragon Lee win. Probably Ilya. Unless Dom does a full loop around the arena, in which case that would be absolutely hilarious. Oh man, next week is the season premiere of Raw. I am not going to be able to do a watch along. So there'll be no watch alongs next week, just so everyone knows. I will be out of state with Alex for our anniversary. So I will keep up with what happened. Let me make sure I say this very loud and clear. I will keep up with what happens through the week. When I come back next Friday, I do not need people going, oh, you missed this on Raw, you missed this on Raw, you missed this on Raw, you missed this on Raw. I will know. I will watch highlights in my hotel room late at night on Monday. Cool? Good. I just know way back in the day, early on, when I wasn't doing the watch alongs. And then I would do like the watch alongs for pay per views. Be like, did you see this on Raw? Did you see this on Raw? Did you see this on Raw? Did you see this on SmackDown? I was like, yeah, I watched the program. Also, we have a Discord. You are correct. But not everyone is in the Discord, Pierre. That's part of why I said like a large majority of our community is in the Discord. I'd pop off if Dragon Lee got the win. Because I do like Dragon Lee. Like, I do like Dragon Lee a lot. I wish that they would treat him better. Because sometimes it does kind of feel like yeah, we've got the Lucha Bros coming in. We don't really need you anymore. Oh, there it was. Tessitore called the Portofino Moscow a big shoulder there. He did miss that. But I will give him the slack of it's his first night. Final Fatal 4-Way. Oh, the Final Fatal 4-Way. Number one contenders matches next week. I was sitting here like, wait, did they push the last one to next week? Let's say, because if I miss like, fucking Joe Hendry was on the season premiere. Ilya versus Dragon Lee one-on-one run back. Yeah, I mean, it might happen. If it's Ludwig and Sheamus, I think it's a Ludwig win. No, they've shown that there's like question marks that it's going to be a third on Twitter of Joe Hendry being like, just say my name and I can appear anywhere. It doesn't matter the show. But I don't think they're going to do it. I think it's just going to be like an Odyssey Jones or something. And it'll just be like, oh, Xavier Woods got you this match as a make good for how he's been kind of mean to you or something. I'm essentially just trying not to get my hopes up. That way, if, say, his name and he appears, plays on Raw, my pop-off will feel deserved, and it won't just be like I'm sitting there hyping it up, hyping it up, hyping it up, and then it doesn't happen, and I'm like, well, it was a stupid thing. Why didn't they do that? They were teasing it when they weren't. Because that's one of the things I get the most kind of roll my eyes irritated about with the internet wrestling fan base.
With Bronson Reed out of action tonight, there is a massive void in that triple threat match. Yeah, you've got Sheamus, Ludwig, and then have you found a replacement for the third?
Funny enough, this is turned into an all big process. As you can imagine, that locker room is coming out of woodwork because the Intercontinental Championship is out.
Oh, hello, oh, great. It's just going to be Strowman. Yeah, it's just going to be fucking Strowman. That's why I didn't get my hopes up.
But if medical said you can go, you can look me out and tell me you can go. I can go. I want this match tonight.
Yay, it's Braun. I love Braun. It just feels kind of underwhelming. I'm sorry. The guy got put through a car last week, and I'm supposed to believe he's going to win. I love Braun. I've always loved Braun Strowman. But that just feels very underwhelming. Like, it's going to be a mystery. Who could it be? It's the guy that Bronson Reed took out last week. Because if Bronson Reed can't be here, why not the guy whose ass he kicked? But yeah, no, I agree, or Pierre. Oof, I'm tired. I agree, Pierre. The IWC just does not like wrestling. Because, like, you all witnessed it plenty. They'll be like, they'll hype themselves up into believing something is happening when there is no sign it's going to happen. Hell in a Cell 2022. Cody tears his pec. The internet mill starts a rumor that he's going to bring Bray Wyatt back to replace him inside Hell in a Cell, and The Fiend is going to show up. No reports on it, no rumors of it, no teasing of it from WWE. Match happens, show goes off the air, no Bray Wyatt. Internet, this show sucked, they teased Bray Wyatt all day and it didn't happen. When? Where? Sometimes the best way to put it is the amount of bold-faced stupidity that I encounter in the IWC is one of the major reasons that I do not partake in wrestling Twitter anymore. I don't have the mental capacity to handle wrestling Twitter anymore. I barely have the capacity to handle LS11 Discord some days. Like, Pierre, you're part of the Discord. You're like other than me, the most active person in the Discord, I would say. Like, I'd have to look at the ranks again. But I feel like you're chasing me in terms of rank. Um, I have slowed down how often I'm in the Discord big time. Let me see if I can let me see if I can find the ranks, and because now I'm curious. Yeah, if you want to lose brain cells, and that's what I did back in the day. I was more open to it back in the day. That's probably true. Yeah, I slowed down big time in the last several months just because I don't have the mental capacity anymore. It's just draining being like hosting the Discord. Yeah, yeah, you are second place. You've overtaken. Yeah, okay. Here, I'll show everyone the standings here. This is what the standings of our LS11 Discord looks like now. I'm in first place with level 57. Pierre catching up, level 36. Got a ways to go. I've got 14,000 more messages than him. Our buddy Soren, SG, also known as Triton. Colton Scribner, Hanzo, Men Event Wrestling, Zach Pugs, DJ Danger. I still don't even know who this is, but they have a lot to say in the Discord quite regularly. RS, Flatty, Ethan Ace, one of DJ Danger's 9,000 accounts. Ray, one of DJ Danger's 5,000 accounts. JT, Blazewave, Shinobi, Real Pro, Tatum, JJ Gyllenhaal, who I haven't seen in a while. And then everyone else in here is just people that haven't really talked in a very long time or are not in the server anymore for obvious reasons, such as LS11 Fan Club, a burner account made by someone who came into the Discord and got banned for just being an absolute asswipe of a human being. But yeah, Pierre is a solid number 2 because like Pierre is the person I can count on. Pierre is part of our behind the scenes team who I run ideas by. Pierre is the guy I can count on that if I'm going to throw in an idea and I need someone to bounce off of it, no matter the hour of the day, Pierre, your sleep schedule scares me, by the way, because I know where you're based and I won't say where. I only know where you're based because I've had to ship you something once when you won Masters Heroes of the Universe. So I know your time zone. Your sleep schedule fucking terrifies me, my guy. I don't want to know what your sleep schedule is. Because I will put stuff in the Discord at like 6 a.m. my time and get a response from you some days. I'm like, what the fuck? When do you sleep? Do you sleep? Are you okay? Are you okay? Is my big question. And I say all of this as a joke and out of love, just so you know. I say all this out of the presenter talking to a valued member of his community, which is everyone's a valued member of the community, but talking to a valued member of the community that I have. I hope you are okay. Your sleep schedule's a fucking mess. I feel like it is. I'm taking your word for it. It scares me. It just fucking scares me how quick you are to respond to me some days. It's impressive. Because, your response speed rivals mine, and people frequently Alexander, why the fuck did you, sometimes I fall asleep at 2 a.m. I did that yesterday. That's what time I went to bed yesterday, because I've been staying up writing for the last few days. Oh, man. I love these streams. These streams just enter the most unhinged conversations sometimes. Xander, will you lick a banana? Which, yes, and if if fucking JT doesn't get here in the next 15 minutes, I'm just doing it and sending him the clip. Because I just want to eat the damn banana at this point, because it sounds delicious, because I want a banana, I crave the potassium it gives. To be fair, I have the benefit of having to go to work at 2 p.m. So there's one benefit. Oh, the days of going to work at 2 p.m. Ah, the days of going to work at 2 p.m. I kind of miss those days. But with my new job, my subbing job that I start this week, I do have the bonus of But yeah, that's the nice thing with my new job is my shifts as a substitute teacher are 7 to 3 or 8 to 4. So I got to be up early anyway. I'm an early bird. I get my shift out of the way early. I'm home by 5. Wasn't that nice? Oh yeah, I'm an early bird, so it helps. I also have to. The only downside of the substitute teacher thing is if they don't need you, they don't need you. You don't work, you don't make money. Um, so now I have the portal where I sign up for jobs, and I'm just constantly every 10, 15 minutes refreshing it because it's first come first serve. If a teacher puts in an absence for tomorrow, and another sub sees it before me, and they're like, "Oh, I want to do that," they can take it. I don't get it. So I don't want to go to work at 6 a.m. So that's why I would rather waste my day than waste my mornings. That's fair. That's fair. I'd rather get all my work out of the way in the morning and then have the evening. That's just me, though. Yeah, commercial for University of Phoenix. Um, and I specifically remember University of Phoenix for the PLC, the Phoenix Learning Academy. It's a thing that at least I don't know if anyone else's hometown or school system did this. Our school system that Ray, Alex, my roommate, and I all went to. That's how we all met one another. Uh, Offered a thing for people to drop out and go to PLC, the Phoenix Learning Academy, where they could graduate a year early. But apparently, it was kind of more meant for the people who probably weren't going to graduate a year early because the classwork was like first grade level almost. Yeah, sometimes I wake up at 11 a.m., so I might need to start getting up earlier. Yeah, probably. But yeah, there was going to be a joke at one point in season 3 before both of these guys got released, where when Drake Maverick was going to be Dexter Loomis, so Dexter Loomis was going to get sent to court mandated therapy, and Drake Maverick was going to be his court mandated therapist, which is why we did the lawyer bit last season with Drake Maverick, his court appointed attorney. And I did this joke in the end, actually. He got his degree from the University of Phoenix, except for in season 5, he didn't get his degree from the University of Phoenix online. He got his degree online during the pandemic, so he was able to cheat through all of his classes. That's what it was. And so I was able to kind of let that spirit live on. But the culmination of the Loomis and Maverick thing was going to be they were going to be a tag team in season 3. And after every Dexter would do most of the work and everything, and they would get wins. And every time they'd win, Drake would pull him into a hug, and Dexter would lift him up and do the silence like elevated choke, like while you just hear Dexter as Drake Maverick passed out. And the culmination of that joke was going to be a triple threat at SummerSlam season 3 before everyone except for 2 people involved in this got released in the span of a few weeks. It was going to be Rated RKO with the SmackDown tag titles defending against Hit Row of Swerve and AJ Francis, aka Top Dollar. And Ashanti and Top Dollar. My bad. Swerve was going to be a singles guy, probably not facing Rollins on that show, but feuding in a top feud. I think he was going to fight Cena, actually. Yeah, it was going to be Swerve versus Cena at SummerSlam. And then, don't ask me if he was going to win or not. I don't know. I don't remember. And Drake Maverick and Dexter Lumis. And so all of that being said, the culmination of the joke was going to be SummerSlam season 3, during the big finisher fest spot. Randy was going to RKO someone in the center ring, probably Ashanti Adonis to take the pin, quite honestly. Randy was going to RKO Adonis before Top Dollar throws him out of the ring. Edge spears him through the ropes. They both get taken out. And then Dexter Lumis chokes out Drake Maverick, and Drake Maverick just unconsciously falls across Adonis. 1, 2, 3. Dexter Lumis and Drake Maverick would have become SmackDown Tag Team Champions. It's like one of the big missed opportunities that I had. It's like one of the big things I wish I could have done that releases messed up. That's a wicked wipeout there. On Jade Cargill, a cheap shot on Damage Control. Did the referee not just look directly at that cheap shot? And Unholy Union are going to get the dub, aren't they? Hey, it's Gunther.
Essentially, only in the USA.
I do think it's funny how when they were like, "Yep, Bronson's not gonna be," I was like, "All right, I'm gonna keep my expectations low. It'll be like Odyssey Jones or something," and they still underwhelmed. Like they still underwhelmed by making it Strowman.
Starting at $3.99, ultimate solo food. Get a personal pan pizza, 4 melts, and a paper side. Combo like never combo before. No out.
Here's Lex. From study period pads, she bought Poise Ultra Thin, so she can bounce off with clean, dry hair protection from Poise.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and onion sauce? Unbelievable. Let me introduce you. The all-new side smash with creamy pizza.
Huh. I'm getting these commercials for Sonic the restaurant, and I'm like, I last had Sonic about 2 months ago. My roommate and I went and got it. We had to drive across town for it, like solid 20 minutes each way. I didn't realize how far off it was. Um, and we got there, and the food wasn't even that good. It cost way too much for what we got. Like, cost way too much for what we got, which was just 2 burgers. And the people in the drive-through that we were placing the order with were just so fucking rude. Where I was like, "Yeah, can I get this?" Like I listed the name of the burger, and I was like, "With this is the side and this to drink," and they were like, "You didn't say you wanted the number combo. You need to say that because now we got to start the order over." I'm like, "You didn't ask if I wanted the combo or just the sandwich. You assumed." And then they ended up with like $30 almost for Sonic. Which is why I have not suggested going back to Sonic for dinner to my roommate in many months. Yeah. Like, I get it. They're working food service. I don't envy anyone who works in food service. I have never done it for good reason. I could never do it. And I do, like, the people who do it with a smile and are good at it, I respect. But when A, you're not good at it and the food fucking sucked, and B, you're being a dick.
Some cheese. Said yes. Well, what do you say?
Yeah, it's gonna be Jay. I love her so much. Go to Kroger and get chicken finger tray for $10. Oh, I get food from Kroger all the time nowadays. Right, you've been to my house. I live less than a mile away from a Kroger. It's great. If I didn't have to deal with all the hills, I would ride my bike. If there was a place I would feel confident locking my bike up, and I wouldn't have to ride it back up a hill because I could not do uphill on a bike. I would fucking just bike to Kroger for my groceries, but
States sometimes just persona his ways, not as friendly and appreciated. Although no denying the respect that he had earned from everybody, with fighting through the injured shoulder in Berlin. Yeah, don't flinch just eyes. Indomitable best. This here, this ring general, the world heavyweight champion, is a vision.
oh yeah, we do both live like a mile from a Kroger. Because I've been to your house, and your house isn't that far. Yours is a little further from Kroger than mine is. Because I know we've gone to Kroger together. Like, we've done kind of late night Kroger runs before. What does Gunther, the Ring General, have to say? Oh.
Fashion Berlin was the highest grossing days for an arena show in the
Sam's Club, they have great poultry. Yeah, but I don't have a Sam's Club membership. I have a Costco membership. So, and also Sam's Club is just bougie Walmart. I said what I said.
He had to drop the degenerates. He was so friendly 48 hours ago over in Europe. What's that for stuff? And there's more to celebrate for me because on Saturday, I beat one of the greatest legends this business has ever seen. And yes, I said a lot of personal things to Randy before this match, and even though I was right, I only said these things because in Berlin, greatest radio of all time. So now I can stand here in front of you and claim that I have beaten the greatest version of Randy Orton.
Oh, good figures. I don't even care about the figures, dude. I don't care about the figures. That's not how I judge a store's quality. In fact, that's why I go to Kroger, is so that I make sure I don't go down like the toy aisle or something and end up spending an extra 10, 15 bucks on something I don't need. Like, everyone's like, oh, but Kroger, you're spending this much more. I'm like, in the long run, I'm saving money by going to Kroger because I don't have anything there to tempt me like figures or like DVD or like collect or it's okay, Sammy. This makes sense. I didn't even think about the fact that like Sammy's the guy that beat Gunther. Of course he should go after him when he's got the world title. Didn't even think of that. But anyway, all that being said, like I don't judge a unless I'm going figure hunting, I don't judge a store's quality by its figures. When I'm going to a grocery store, I'm judging it based on the quality of the groceries I'm getting. Oh yeah, Macho Man name drop. Yeah, dig it. Oh hell yeah, he just name dropped Stone Cold. He also said The Rock in the game. And Shawn Michaels. I'm running out. Okay, this thing is going brown by the minute. JT, you're not here. Oh, fuck me. There you go. Someone just clip that and send it to JT or something. It was at 10:06 p.m. It was 2 hours and 6 minutes into the stream. Because the thing is, the peel is starting to go brown, and the longer it's sitting in here, because that happened when I was trying to get it off of the bunch. It it peeled open a little bit, so I'm just gonna peel it open. And because I'm on the internet, I'm just gonna kind of break it apart and eat it bit by bit like this.
Your name is not on that list. But I give you one thing, I think that's why those people really like you, is because whenever you get knocked down, you pick yourself up and you return to this ring. Whenever things don't go your way in your career, you pick yourself up, you brush it off, and you return in the middle of this ring. And now you're standing in front of me to challenge me for my World Heavyweight Championship. And I think that's very impressive, Sammy, because when I hear you talk, I hear the passion in your voice. When I look at you, I see the fire in your eyes. So if you really want to...
I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't make fun of Gunther and his voice. He's just got such like a commanding voice, and I love his accent to the point where I am inclined mentally. I want to start doing the voice, Sammy.
Simple response of, yeah, you've got to learn your opportunities in the ring general, especially when it's clad with the hologram that is the world. Hey, hold on! Hey, hold on just a damn second! Wait a minute! Hey, Gunther! I've watched you your entire career and I've never seen you back down from a fight. So why are you backing down from this one?
That's a good question, Samuel Zane.
I think it's for as great as you've been, and for all the great guys that you've already beaten. You know full well that ever since you've been in WWE, I am the only guy who is beating you in the middle of this ring.
Sammy, Ilya Dragunov, and Ilya Dragunov has joined the chat. Braun Breaker has joined the chat. Like, they both beat Gunther. It was back in NXT, but they did. Drew at Survivor Series 2019, as fucking stupid as that moment was, where Gunther got beat in the Survivor Series match in the first 30 seconds.
To remove every stake from his is Frank Gore. We're forgetting about something. With the departure of Damian Priest in Judgment Day, it has created some unique relationship dynamics, as you can imagine. Priest wasn't bringing a lot of friends to Judgment Day front, but tonight he has someone who's recently seen the title himself as part of it. To be changed to figure out from Rhea Ripley and it appears to be official Priest.
All right. Let me just show you guys the template I'm now working with for the women's tag title match. Just to give you an idea of what I'm working with here.
Wondering if Damian and Rhea have given you any advice as you get set to potentially face Intercontinental Champion.
Not yet, you know, but we're gonna get through that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, got my hype to turn up the free talk.
A high brown breaker.
Good member of your family to beat up a member of mine. You're not gonna be able to do it. Keep chasing after Bobby. Keep doing the thing. Alright? Because I'm gonna give you one chance. Drop out of the turn. Keep chasing down the Mysterio sloppy seconds.
Oh, yo. Yes, Pierre. What about the banana?
Thanks for the advice, rookie. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna give up. You have my attention now.
Because I just did it. I did it a few minutes ago. Yeah, I did it. I did it about 6 minutes ago. The timestamp would have been 10 and... let's see. I sent JT a message when I did it. 10:06 p.m. is when I did it. It was during the Sami and Gunther thing. I just quickly went like this up the side of it. But I did it.
I feel like I can hear Pat McAfee in his house right now, getting ready to say one big SOB. That's what I appreciate them. Let's suss it up.
I just love how nonchalant you are about it as well. So, Xander, about that banana. You licked it yet? Yes, I did.
Somehow he's here. Big Ron
Oh,
Strowman.
fuck, I'm throwing in a funny. I'm swapping one person out from the options. So back on the sleep schedule. What's the latest I've fallen asleep? Oh man, I've pulled all-nighters before. Like I've stayed up for well over 24 hours before. Latest I've stayed up. So this was before Alex and I lived together. Right. Once Alex moved in, my sleep schedule kind of had to start getting on track because I then had someone to keep me accountable and make sure that my ass didn't pull all-nighters anymore. But back in college, back in 2022, the final months, in fact, not the final months, folks, the final days before my now beautiful wife moved in with me. Oh, well. WrestleMania 38, right? WrestleMania 38. I am at Ray's house. I'm living in my old apartment in my old hometown. And here's the deal. I'm in college. I have got WrestleMania live reactions to do, which becomes our most watched live reaction of all time as well. WrestleMania Night 2 of 2022. WrestleMania 38 Night 2. One of my least favorite reactions we've done, though, because that second night is just a fucking bore. Like, it's a snooze fest of a show. One of the most boring WrestleMania main events of all time. Roman and Brock were phoning it in hard. And it was just one of the worst Roman title defenses. But anyways, not to bury the lead, show ends at midnight, right? Show doesn't end until almost 12:30 in the morning, our time. I have college the next morning. Okay? I am in my second semester senior year of college. I have 3 semesters of my senior year of college just because I struggled through sophomore and freshman year to the point where I struggled through freshman year, and then sophomore year was 2019. Outside of making LS11 Universe, oh my god, I've seen this Mountain Dew commercial so many times in a row tonight. It's insane. How much are Mountain Dew paying for this shit? Anyways, what I was going to say is, not to bury the lead here, I'm in my second semester senior year out of 3 because sophomore year my life kind of fell apart in the end of 2019, and then 2020 happened. Did I miss anything in 2020? I don't know. Did something happen in 2020 to the world? I don't know. Nothing? No? Okay. Anyways, and so my world really slowed down to where you're supposed to do like 15 to 18 credit hours in a semester, so 30 across a school year. I did barely 24 in my sophomore year. So I was behind like 8 at that point. And at the end, I was down. I had to do a full final semester because I was down by 14. Right? I was down by 14 credit hours at the end. Just due to various stuff. Because I had several semesters where instead of doing 15, I did 12. And it added up quickly. But anyways. Second semester, senior year, I'm in a class only taught in the spring semester. If I don't finish this class, if I don't pass this class, I'm going to have to take a full additional year of college. It is called media law. It is for my bachelor's in mass communication that you can see there with the blue frame on it next to Joe Hendry. Media law, regarded as the hardest class at my college. The first draft of our final paper is due the next day after WrestleMania 38. A 10-page first draft. I have not started that draft as of the night of WrestleMania 38. So, I leave Ray's at 1 in the morning after he and I discuss a few things, and I've packed up all my stuff. And I drive the hour and some change back to my apartment, arriving at the early hour of 2 in the morning. Must remind you all, I have class at 9 a.m. and I live 45 minutes from campus. I get in bed, pull out my laptop, and with no help from AI, no help from spell checkers, or not from spell checkers, no help from AI, no help from Grammarly, no help from anything else, fucking crack out that paper across the next 5.5 hours. And I write my first draft of that research paper. Oh boy, it is the shittiest rough draft I have ever written of a research paper. but I got all 10 pages out of it. I used all 20 of my sources, referenced them throughout, and I was given a fucking solid B plus on that first draft. And I finished it at 7:30 in the morning. I had 35 minutes until I needed to be out the door. I do not even remember how I nourished myself that morning. And then I went to class. I had a 9 a.m. that went from 9 a.m. to 10, 10 a.m. to 11, 11 to 12, 1 hour break for lunch. And then on Monday and Wednesday, I had a 3:30 to 5 class that semester. That sounds right. Almost all of my classes were Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes, with the exception of one class on Tuesdays. I had no class on Thursdays. And I worked on campus at a job. So I am up till 7:30. I finish this paper. I leave at 8:15, get to class, sleepwalk my way through my first class, which is picture of Joe Hendry in the front row. Also big trucks, little trucks. Wah, wah. Pierre, I will get to your coffee comment in a second, actually. I have an interesting Xander fact to drop about it. Fucking Strowman's just gonna win this thing, isn't he? Because Sheamus and Ludwig are gonna be too focused on each other. Anyways, yeah. Get to class, go to my 9 a.m., sleepwalk my way through it, sitting next to one of my best friends from college, who fortunately helps me stay awake. It is media literacy or media literature or something like that. It was a really fun class. It was a very fun class. My favorite college professor I ever had taught it. Sleepwalk my way through it. Go to my 10 a.m., which is where my media law class at 10 a.m. Hand in this paper. I sit in the back of the room, so I keep my eyes kind of down at my computer, which helps to distract from how sleepy I am for my professor, who had kind of learned just not to question me on it. As long as I looked like I was listening. I did not listen in the class. I faked it till I made it. I lucked my way through that class, and that is because that professor did not like having to grade tests, so he let us vote on alternatives to midterm and final exams, which were instead an event that the whole class worked together to make happen, and we all got a perfect score on our midterm, which was 40% of our grade. Or no, was 30% of our grade. And then our finals was partner oral presentations on a media law topic of our choice. And I got paired with a nice woman in my class, my age as well. We worked together really well. We made a presentation about terms and conditions of social media platforms and a lawsuit that happened because of the Snapchat terms and conditions at a Wyndham hotel. And we got a solid 89 on it, which, that means 60% of my grade was an 189 together, so like a 96 roughly. Or not a 96, a 95, 94 roughly. And then another 30% was the final paper, which by the way, if you wondered, final paper was almost just the rough draft with a few minor changes, so it was like a high D plus, which in college you get D's. Fortunately, D is for diploma, as they say. So margin all that together, it's like a low B, high C. And then the last 10% is participation, which I surprisingly got a good amount of points for. And so I finished that class after sleepwalking my way through it with a fucking B minus, which is a Xander A plus for me. But anyways, back on the story at hand here. Handed the paper, sleepwalk my way through that class, go to my final morning class, which is script writing 101 for like screenplays, which was really cool. It was the class that helped me create the Quizmaster, which was really neat. When I talked about him being a comic character, I wrote his origin story as a screenplay, and I got to have the class act it out like as a table read, which is really neat to hear. And it was really cool, and so noon comes, I'm done with that class. The screenwriting teacher actually asks him, okay, he's a nice guy. He's like, 6, 7 years older than me, former student in my college that they'd asked to bring in. For fuck's sake, I'm so tired of this Mountain Dew commercial. Asked me if I'm okay. I'm like, I tell him what happened. He's like, yeah, I've been there, done that. And he's like, you should go get some lunch or something and chill. I call up my boss. Or no, I don't call my boss. I just walk to my office. Because my campus that I went to school on, big campus in terms of how much land the college owned, all the buildings were very close together. So I just walked to my office and I'm like, boss, can I call out for the day? And she's like, why? I'm like, I'm fucking tired. I tell her, she wheezes laughing about all of this. I get a chicken sandwich from the Chick-fil-A on campus, a spicy one specifically. I eat it. I have a chocolate milk, a Borden Dutch chocolate milk specifically, because that was my drink of choice at the time. I go by the office of my creative writing professor, who I have the 3:30 to 4 or the 3:30 to 5 class with, and I'm like, look, it's gonna affect my grade if I don't show up today. He's like, why? What's going on? I tell him. He busts out and he says, please go home and go to bed. So I drink my chalky milk. I eat my sandwich. I go home. I get home at about 2 in the afternoon, and I'm fucking gone. So for reference, Pierre, to answer your question on the latest I've ever stayed up, that would be from 8 a.m. the morning of WrestleMania 38 Night 2 until 2 p.m. the following Monday, where I then slept until about 7:30, did the watch along for Raw because, Cody was back, Veer was coming, Roman was the double champ. Underwhelming as shit episode of Raw. Wish I hadn't done the watch along. And then I go back to bed. So there you go. That's how that day went. Now then, to answer your coffee comment, I have never drank a full cup of coffee in my life. I have tried it. When I was, I believe, 16, tried it because all my friends were doing it, which makes it sound like it's fucking drugs. I mean, it kind of is. Tried it, didn't really like it. Ended up pouring out the cup I had and decided it wasn't for me. And then about 2 years ago, my final semester of college, I once again was so exhausted because of I was starting TNA Universe up. I was in my final semesters. Alex and I were wedding planning, this, that, and the other. So I decided to try it again. Tried a different brand, different cup. Just didn't really care for it. Didn't drink coffee. Decided I don't like coffee. And I also don't drink soda. I don't drink Coke. I don't drink Pepsi, anything of the sort. The only things I drink are 99% of the time, it's water out of this. In the mornings or the evenings, one, not the other, typically, unless it's been like a rough day. I will do one. I'll have 2 glasses if it's been a rough day. Oh, Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne. I'm digging Pete Dunne being all over television. Oh, for fuck's sake. As I said, Braun is just gonna kind of win it. Why? Because fuck you and your Joe Hendry dreams, that's why. Paul, what the fuck? Anyways, anywho, yeah. So I drink water, I occasionally drink chocolate milk, or I drink chocolate milk probably once a day at least, or at most. Not every day though, sometimes I skip out. And very, very rarely, pretty much only on stream. Like if you guys see me crack open like a hard cider or a beer or something on stream, that's me drinking. That's it. And last time that happened was about 2 months ago when I had 1 can. So water, chocolate milk, the occasional alcoholic beverage, and while I was recovering from my fever on Sunday, I had a Powerade. So sometimes I will get a Powerade.
This meeting we did this way next Judgment Day, it is for
I ain't gonna say no to Rhea. Jey Uso's the smartest man alive. Yay, Braun wins. Yeah, that's how I feel as well. Rip McGuffin, I just saw your fucking Discord post. Pierre.
Come on, let's go. Get up.
Huh.
Touchdown. Do we have any heights there?
Jeez, smartest man on the planet. Bro gets it, man. Bro gets it. You don't say no to mommy. Like, he just like me for real in that regard.
To truly embrace the fun, you must learn to let go.
Oh, my back. Or to quote Tommy McGuire, oh, my back. My back. Oh, man. Yeah, later at night it's getting, the more it's looking like I'm not working tomorrow. It's 10:30. Cutoff point's gonna be midnight. That's usually when I go to bed.
Teeth sensitivity is so common. It immediately feels like somebody's poking directly on their nerve. I recommend sensitive. Superior sports drink.
So the kind of funny thing here, right? You guys are gonna look at the options for the women's tag team titles, and you're like, really? This is the options? And that's kind of the point. Look, you can make me sit through the get off your Mountain Dew commercial 7 times in a row tonight. I am not sitting through the political ads for either party. I don't care. I know where I align. Here's the thing. Picture of the thing should have appeared there. It didn't. Whoops. But anyways, the thing is,
Next Monday, you're going tired of this. It's time for the Raw season premiere.
I know who I'm voting for, but I'm a wrestling YouTuber. I am not a political expert. I am not a political channel. If I announce my vote one way or another, I alienate part of my audience when, quite honestly, I don't care who you vote for as long as you're a nice person and you're a good person, right? If you're a good person, political stance shouldn't affect how I feel about you, unless you were just outwardly a fucking asshole about it.
Now I'm off to NXT tomorrow night to smash the women's. See ya.
Wait, so I'll tell him it's from Butch?
Oh no. It can I one of my favorite bits I've ever heard someone do is like they were like, so if you're gonna vote, are you gonna vote Democrat or Republican? Those are my options? Can I buy a vowel? Like I know who I'm gonna vote for. I do. I know where I stand politically. But nobody fucking cares where the fat bearded guy that watches wrestling and plays silly wrestling games for a living is voting for president. You know why? Because my opinion doesn't matter to you. Like, Some people might think it should. They might be like, but Xander, you have thousands of fans. What if, shouldn't you tell them that? No, no, I shouldn't, because I'm not an expert on politics. I know 1,000,001 things about wrestling. I can recite the history of the fucking United States Championship back to 2011 for some reason, when I haven't even watched that long. But I am not, by any means, a political expert. So my opinions on politics matter nothing to the people who watch me. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That is a wrap on that topic that I got myself on, so I'm not even mad at anyone in the chat. That was on me. Made myself a little lightheaded getting that heated, man. I was not expecting to get myself that heated about it. But it's just one of those things, man, where it's like, there are YouTubers I love who, even though I do agree with them politically, they'll make a joke that it's just like, man, I know you're big enough and you have millions of subs where, if 200 people leave because you just made a joke not liking the political candidate they like, and 200 isn't a big thing for you, it's also like you play video games on the internet for a living. Probably don't really have much of a place discussing politics by any means. It's part of why I don't use Facebook anymore. That and just I have better things to do with my life than scroll Facebook. Hell, it's why it's why I wish I could get off Twitter, because Twitter, God, I've muted politics. I have every political candidate since 2016's name muted on Twitter, where I should not get any kind of tweets popping up in my For You feed, in my following feed, or anything. Like, if someone uses the name Trump, if someone uses the name Biden, Harris, Hillary, Clinton, fucking Bush, even whoever, doesn't matter what side of the spectrum they're on politically, it shouldn't pop in my feed. But fucking Elon has ruined Twitter, a platform I used to love, to the point where it's like, oh, you muted those? Too bad, it's all you're gonna see all the time. Anyways, back to Raw. The funny Heat Man is here now. I did not mean to get on this heavy of a political rant, and I do apologize. Like, deeply and sincerely, I do apologize to anyone who might have been made uncomfortable by that whole rant. That's apparently just been on my chest for a while, and I just needed to get it out somewhere. And this void that I exist in on YouTube is where I got that out.
Very serious business to take care of that, especially for Damian Priest to have it by his side. The causing atmosphere here is dead, but the match is about to end because Priest and Jake Uso go head to head with Baba.
So are the Judgment Day tag team champions going to get pinned in a non-title match by a Franken team once again? I mean, they already did it with Sammy and Jay a couple of months ago. The Facebook account I saw. Oh yeah, I forgot that you popped up in my fucking recommended friends list a few weeks ago. Couldn't care less about political stuff on YouTube. I just want to watch wrestling stuff. Zach, quite honestly, like, download an ad blocker attachment. I don't know what browser. Well, I guess you use a tablet. Never mind. If you used a computer, I would say download an ad blocker. Like, I did. Like, yeah, sure. Do I lose out on maybe 3 cents a year by some of my fans using ad blocker on my videos? Sure, but in all fairness, if you're a fan of mine in the United States and you watch my videos, and you've been watching since Ray and I started forever ago, with ad blocks turned off, and you've been watching for, let's say, 2 years, and you watch every video ad block off, you've maybe made $3 for us. United States is not where YouTube ad rev mainly comes from. Mainly comes from overseas with like India, and in fact, I don't mind talking about behind the scenes YouTube stuff. I always find it fascinating, and like as you all know, I like to be incredibly transparent with you all about the inner workings of YouTube, because I don't want you to think I'm manipulating the system to manipulate any of you. I manipulate the system to make money for me, but to still give you guys content. It's part of why we slowed down with how much we do. One, my passion's been dying out, and two, more importantly, we were producing so much that YouTube was like, all right, bud. All right.
Hey, that's great.
Like I talked about it on I talk about it on, what do you call it, Raw this week. I'm like, I wanna start making some more like merch for the channel at some point. Let's see, where does our watch page come from? Let's see. I'm gonna look at the analytics, and I will kind of tell you guys where our revenue mainly comes from. Okay. So, see if I can find a breakdown of where our revenue comes from. Yeah, here we go. All right. How does that work? Do you get paid per time a video is watched? Because I watch all episodes all day. How does it work? Like, I watch that SmackDown. I like it again. So it's different countries. So watch time is the big thing. You could click our video for 2 seconds, then click away. We will not make a cent off of that. But sitting through start to finish is what makes us more money. That's why we do premieres for the. Genuinely, that's part of why we do premieres for the big events. Because one, it helps us get a better idea of. Most importantly, we do premieres for big events because I like watching you guys react to it live, because it helps me know what's working and what's not. And also, it prevents people from clicking on the 4-hour WrestleMania and going, and click. 2 seconds in, like, all right, click to the end of the first match. Okay, Buddy Murphy beats Aleister Black. Okay, click to the end of the second match. Roman Reigns lost to Daniel Bryan. Okay. Oh, and Finn Balor won the main event. And in 20 seconds, I've watched 4.5 hours of WrestleMania. Epic show. Post. Comment. We make nothing out of that. And then we was like, if you guys, if 500 of you sat through the 4-hour WrestleMania this year, which roughly we had about 500 different people show up throughout those premieres, we made a solid chunk of change out of that. Good God, I'm seeing my hands flailing in the replay over there. But also, that's part of why we do it, is because watch time is the big thing that drives revenue. More watch time, more money. Because the longer people are watching, the more money they're going to pay you for that time. Because the more chances for YouTube to advertise to them you've gotten. The more they click on advertisement, stuff like that. Yeah, that kind of stuff. That's how we know. And I think it's not really showing me revenue, but our top countries we gross views in. The United States is our top audience. We get 15,000 views a month from the US, which doesn't shock me. The UK is our second highest, with about 3,000 a month. Brazil, Canada, and Mexico are our next three. So I need to know. Okay, it doesn't show. So looking at the chart, I can confirm with Ellis11 Universe that they love us in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. I'm saying they give us some ad rev. They're giving us ad rev. Sorry. I had to. Had to do it. Do it. Anyways, consider Nathan getting booed out of the building every week is working. Yeah, that's the point. You're supposed to hate him. If you hate him, it's working. I would consider... Essentially, I would have considered it a failure. Like, I would have considered it a failed experiment if nobody cared. If people didn't care that he betrayed Rollins, have been like when Shane Thorne betrayed him. Or no, people cared when Thorne did it. When Rollins and Thorne started feuding again in season 3, following like when they kept feuding on SmackDown, and that's when people stopped caring. I was like, all right, it's time to just move on from this.
Off the ropes, and JT McDonough in control and Jake Brazil has his spin down on that people's hand. It's a worry about how Blake can push this straight to him. They all took him down. His point was that while Steve Priest would be world champion, he says he became that it was all well, then it just wasn't the case. Priest had never been a title, then it would have been a money in the fight winner or a world heavyweight champion. Back to him up. He turned around and got the struck the JD McDonough. They didn't know to say the next.
Go. That. Oh man.
You need to be strong. Why is he afraid to be so nervous? I didn't come here to be all by May the best liar win.
You just hate it when you run out of stuff to talk about. Yeah. Yeah. Is that a... I'm trying to figure out if that was a jab at me for getting on to ad rev topics or not. Or is that like a comment of like, you've run out of questions to ask me for the night? Or topics to bring up for the night? Because I've been pretty like, I normally will... I have nights occasionally where I just kind of go I go a little silent on stream and I don't talk much, but I got 10 minutes left on the show, and I still got a lot I could talk about. Like, I even showed off the cool thing I found in my house while I was looking for some stuff yesterday that I'd forgotten I had. Once I get this poll put out, I'll be able to... I'm getting the last graphic made for Cyber Sunday, and then the poll goes out. It's more me. I have no idea what to talk about now. Well, you only got 10 more minutes. You got to deal with my bullshit, so... So give me just a minute to get these 16 women put into their little graphic renders. So, I hate that JC's not here to see this, because I feel like he'd be popping off for this. When Bo was talking in Reels earlier, he sounded so much like Bray. I think that was kind of the point.
This season on Metro's Mariana Island, athletes are thrilled that at Metro, new and existing customers are finally being treated the same. With Metro Plus, free 5G phones when you join, our best deals when you stay. Only at Metro. Not so fast.
It's fine. I'm not too concerned about the fact that these boxes are all slightly off-center from one another. It's going to drive some people that are more detail-oriented about it crazy. For me, it's going to be a case of I'm tired and I just want these graphics done. And I don't know why Photoshop didn't grid them the way I wanted it to. Like, I even held shift while I was moving them around so they would stay locked in a grid to one another, and they sure didn't. They sure did just kind of get a little lopsided in terms of the alignment in some areas. But I sure did also painstakingly make sure I alphabetized the women on the graphic by their first name. I also think it's funny because it's going to be you guys vote for two names. There is one actual tag team in the running, and that is Katana Chance and Kaden Carter for the Charlotte Women's Tag titles. But for them to challenge for the gold, that is going to require enough people to want to see them challenge for the gold that they cast both of their votes they get on the question for one for Katana Chance, one for Kaden Carter. Because the question is, which two women should challenge Team Kick for the women's tag titles? And you get to select two names out of the list of 16. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter are on there. That's going to require an equal number of people to make them the two most voted people. It very well could be fucking Katana Chance and Elektra Lopez teaming up, which I also think would be funny. I think that would be kind of funny if one of them ends up challenging. Oh, my back. Random team would be more fun. Yeah, that's how we're doing it because like you guys are making the random team happen. I hate to put it this way. I think part of it's the new commentary duo. I could listen to Wade and Joe, his name is. I can't remember his full name right now. But I could listen to him and Wade commentate for hours. Pat kind of made the or the 3 hours drag by sometimes because my big issue with Pat really was that he very much drew attention away from everyone else and made the show about him on commentary sometimes. Yeah, I knew his name was Joe. I couldn't remember the last name. Yeah, there's a few NXT names in this list. There's a few. There are a couple of legends slash former women's wrestlers from WWE, some alumni, some free agents. There's a TNA name in here, um, and most importantly, there are a couple of Divas era stars in here, like some. And when I say a couple of Divas eras, I mean the bad ones. I mean the ones that couldn't wrestle. Why? Because it's funny. Joe Tessitore. Thank you, Pierre. Yes, I mean the bad ones. Someone starts naming it. Like, you guys will know who I'm talking about in a second when I get this done. But oh god, I think the tag team champions are about to lose, comma, again. Like Kelly, exactly like Kelly Kelly Pierre. Exactly like Kelly Kelly. A girl so nice they named her twice. Oh, hi, Liv. Alright, looks like Judgment Day is going to get the win at least. And I'm sure Rikishi is going to have plenty to say about Jay not winning every match. Her real name sounds more like Roseanne Barbie Blank. I think her name is Barbara Blank, but yes, I do know that that is her real name, which sounds like a wrestling name. Sounds like a rejected name for Tiffany Stratton. Oh, we're still going. Oh, here comes Rhea. Rhea's about to reveal she didn't get the crutch, isn't she? Mm-hmm. Oh, and now Finn is in there with Damien. He just kicked him in the nuts. JD just got forced to kick Finn in the nuts. That was great. They are yeeting. And once again, the tag champs take an L. So tired of the tag champs taking L's at non-time. Just take the fucking belts off them, Ari. Let the tag titles go be in the tag division. Raw has so many good teams. Wyatt 6, AOP, fucking Wyatt 6. I'm tired. New Day, fucking Alpha Academy, American Made. Like, let me look at the Raw roster again real quick, just because I can't remember everyone. The LWO. New catch when when Tyler Bates healed up. Bring up Ridge and put him and Pete together as the #1 haters of Sheamus. Why not? Pierre suggested the other night. I can't take credit for that one. Like, you have a division of well over 8 or 9 teams that aren't Judgment Day. Just take the belts off them and let the belts do something else. I love Finn Balor and the rest of Judgment Day so much, but these tag belts have been wasted on Judgment Day for over a year. Alright, well that's Raw over. So I just put something in the chat, as you all may have seen. I'm going to show you guys. The Cyber Sunday polls are now open. So I'm going to take you guys through it here. You can see your email specifically, and I just realized I've added my email now to all of you, but that's fine. You guys have already been able to see it anyway. If you just go to the About section of the channel, it's fine. Okay, so you can see here, polls close Friday, September 13th, 2024, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when I'm estimating getting home from my vacation. So, the power is in your hands. This is not predictions. I suppose it should be these are not predictions. Hold on. These are not predictions. Use this form to vote on competitors, stipulations, and other varying effects on the upcoming Cyber Sunday event. Final results will result in the finalized match card with stipulations opponents revealed the night before the show. So, here's your things you'll be working on tonight. You guys get to see what I personally am going to go with. What will be the stipulation for Nathan Frazier versus Axiom for the Intercontinental Championship? A 60-minute Iron Man match, a ladder match, a 2 out of 3 falls match. I personally value Xander's sanity, so I'm not going to say a 60-minute Iron Man match. If it wins, I'll do it. But I'm going to say a ladder match. That sounds fun with these two flippy motherfuckers. Who will challenge Omos for the Speed Championship? Will it be Baron Corbin, Duke Hudson, or Montez Ford? I have a feeling that Duke's not gonna get the love everyone else is gonna get, so I'm gonna give Duke a vote. Which 2 women will team up to challenge Team Kick for the Women's Tag Team Championships? This is a special one. I'm going over this one on video just to show people really quickly. Your options are BFAB, Cameron, Elektra Lopez, Kairi Sane, Caitlyn, Katana Chance, Kaden Carter, Kelly Kelly, Nia Jax, Nikita Lyons, Piper Niven, Shotzi, Sonya Deville, Steph DeLander, Tatum Paxley, Thea Hale. Pierre saying, nah, fuck that. Everyone make him do the Iron Man match is the most JT thing you could have ever said. That feels like some shit he would say to me. So, with this one, you'll see here, you have to pick 2. So, for example, I'm going to cast my votes for some fun here. I'm going to say... I'm going to shitpost a little bit. I'm going to say Cameron for the laughs of it. And I'm going to say Tatum Paxley. So now each of them will have a vote. And I'll show you the back end in a second. What will the stipulation be for Uncle Howdy versus Braun Strowman? Ambulance match? Falls count anywhere? Steel cage? I feel like this is what's going to win anyway. This is what I want to do. I'll outright admit, I wanted casket match to be on here. Ray has reserved the rights for the first casket match in LS11 history, and I am respecting that, and he will get to it eventually. Who will be the referee for Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton? You remember Robert Stone said that he was able to get the... Remember Robert Stone said he was able to sway the voting of who would be the options, and the options are Liv Morgan, the woman Charlotte recently beat, Mr. Robert Stone himself, or Tiffany's BFF and tag team partner, Chelsea Green. I'm going to go with Mr. Robert Stone, and I won't tell you why, but if he wins, I've got something very funny planned. This is the fun one. Which NXT star is going to be joining the number 1 contenders 6-pack challenge? This is the one that has a very interesting thing with it. Because, as we know, the 5 women in the number 1 contenders match are Zelina Vega, Jade Cargill, Michin Mia Yim, Ivy Nile, and Io Sky. And either Carmen Petrovic, Jada Parker, or Lola Vice from NXT will be joining the match. If there is any form of tie, we will have a Cyber Sunday Season 4 or Season 3 situation. We will have a Cyber Sunday Season 3 situation, and it would become an 8-way match with all 3 of these women. I have personally really grown to like Carmen Petrovic, so she's getting my vote. That's who I would personally like to see it, but I am fine with any of them. Lola Vice would be a close second, Jada Parker third. I like her a good bit, but not as much as the other 2. So these are my votes, obviously. Who will challenge the Wyatt Six for the World Tag Team Championships? Chase U of Andre Chase and Rich Holland, Judgment Day's Buddy Murphy and Damian Priest, Final Testament's Intercontinental Champion Nathan Frazier and Karrion Kross. Of course, this was going to be AOP, but Frazier requested it be changed, as we've seen. And of course, the OC's Gallows and Anderson. Now, I would be happy with any of these, but I feel like the people are going to want to see the poor lad suffer. Let's see if we can get Nathan Frazier doing double duty. What will be the stipulation for Roxanne Perez, the newly heel Roxanne Perez versus Alexa Bliss? Tables match, last woman standing, no holds barred. Now, I'm going to say, because, just for fun, I'm going to say a tables match, because there's nothing that involves tables yet on the show. And finally, the last thing you guys will be voting on, what will be the stipulation for Johnny Organo versus Randy Orton? Just look at this. I love this graphic. I love that there's good renders for both of these guys looking over their shoulders in opposite directions. It just works so well. TLC, Last Man Standing, Steel Cage. I desperately want Last Man Standing to win because I want to run it back. If it was Buddy and Rhea instead of Buddy and Damian, you'd guarantee they'd win. There's a reason Rhea's in none of these polls, and I can't talk about it yet. Pierre, I will tell you and the creative team about it, but I can't talk about it here. But yeah, there you go. So boom, I've submitted my response. I could submit another one if I wanted. Please don't stuff the ballots because I'm gonna get a little sad about that. It won't show me if you stuff the ballots, but I'd prefer if people don't. Maybe only submit 2 or 3. Don't submit 10 or 20 or something. And so then I come over here and you can see, boom, 2 people have already put in their things. One of them is me. So you can see already ladder matches winning. You can see Duke Hudson is winning. You can see Cameron, Nia Jax, Nikita Lyons, and Tatum Paxley each have a vote. Ambulance matches winning. It's 50-50 between Liv and Stone. It's 50-50 with Carmen and Lola. If there's a tie with the referee, it will be essentially a coin toss that decides it on the night of. Currently, Final Testament's winning. It's a tie between tables and no holds barred. You can see currently Last Man Standing is winning. So next Friday, 8 o'clock, I close the polls by turning off accepting responses. I won't do that now because it can mess someone up if they're in the middle of voting. And then I come in on the Friday night watch along where I will be exhausted from an 8+ hour drive. Alex and I will have gotten back from an 8-hour drive, and it's going to be miserable and I'm going to be tired, but I will announce the lineup for the show then. All right, and just so everyone sees me do it, I'm getting the obligatory posts made. But yeah, so and I explained this a little bit on Raw as well. I explained this a little bit on today's episode of Raw as well. Because obviously there's a case of what if stipulations tie? Then it will essentially become a spin the wheel, make the deal thing, and it will go to a giant graphic wheel I've made, and the stipulation will be decided on what is essentially a coin toss of a wheel spin between the match stipulations. It's not gonna become a last man standing steel cage match or a last man standing TLC match. How the fuck would that even work? But yeah, we're getting through it. And I'm going to make the quick channel post real quick, because otherwise I'm going to forget to do that. So let me make that post real quick. Boom. Did I use the fucking wrong version of effect defect? I sure did. Sure did. Did my tweets get any likes yet? No, they didn't. Good. Good. I used effect effect is my biggest grammatical problem I have in life. And it's because it's such a fickle one. Like effect effect is so damn fickle. I hate it. Just have them both mean the same thing. The English language sucks. All right, cool. Still sitting on just the 2 votes, which I assume are either me and Pierre or me and Zach, but it's gonna fill up overnight. I know it. People love it when we did this before. I mean, ow, God, my knee just popped really bad. Big Trucks merch line. Yeah, I need to. I got to come up with a good design for it though. Let me check this. Okay, still no substitute jobs available. Let me find last season's Cyber Sunday, or 2 seasons ago Cyber Sunday. Because like I'll show you guys real quick on the back end of my Google. Because I've only used it for this. I still have everything. Like I still have all the predictions forms from over the years. Like all the way back to season 2. Clash of Champions, where we started the whole thing. Crazy to think about that. Let me see if I can find the Cyber Sunday voting one. Cyber Sunday match stipulations. Okay, I found it. I didn't do all the pomp and circumstances of it though. Like I'm trying to, let's see, where the fuck is it? All right, I want to find this before I go for the night because I want to be able to show it, just to show you guys how crazy this all was in the end. Found it. Okay, I'm in. I'm in. Okay, cool. So yeah, just to kind of take a little trip down memory lane here for the night. Let's look at how far back this all goes. Season 3. Like, Cyber Sunday Match Stipulation Season 3. 60 people played on this one. 60. Which is crazy. And, of course, I'm not accepting responses on it anymore, so... Which legend will Cameron Grimes face for a Raw contract? Road Dogg, the Boogeyman, and Papa Shango. Papa Shango only got put in there because Virgil felt ill. It was going to be Virgil as one of the options. What stipulation should go? I kind of really bottlenecked you all on this one. I was like, they're going to want to. You can see, like with Cyber Sunday, with Season 6, I'll outright admit, oh wow. We'll check on that in a second. Season 6, I actually really went all in on making it very open-ended and not being like, yeah, well, I want it to be this. I bottlenecked you guys. Boogeyman was the only option here. TLC was the only good option here. This one, I was good with whatever. This one, I thought the Usos were going to run away with it. I was not ready for what happened. I thought Naomi was going to run away. This was the chance to test and see what a Naomi and Rhea story would look like before Naomi's walkout. And then we'll look at the results in a second. This one was interesting. I didn't expect the result we got here. I thought Lance Archer was going to run away with this one. I did this matchup just get the 6 women on it on the card. Remember, Fight Factory used to have 3 women in it. Keep that in mind. Used to be Nikki, Blair, and Alba. Crazy. This was the big one. This is obviously the big one to talk about. Braun, Gable, Dragunov. And then I was good with whatever on this one. If submission had won, because Triple H cost Ciampa in the end, if you remember. If Triple H, or if it had been submission, Triple H was gonna Cyber Sunday screwjob Ciampa. So let's look at the responses here, just to show you guys how it went. So yeah, Boogeyman had gotten an overwhelming 63%. Road Dogg got a decent bit. Nobody wanted to see Papa Shango. Go. And then nobody wanted to see them have a normal match. Everyone wanted a steel cage match. I kind of thought ladder match would win that one, honestly. The people spoke, and the people wanted generic housing. I was not expecting a Liv. Like, Naomi lost the poll so much. And keep in mind, Naomi was going to beat Rhea for the belt at WrestleMania if she hadn't walked out. Liv ran away with it, which I was not expecting. This is what led to Liv becoming the women's champion at the end of Season 3 on SmackDown. The same way that this is what led to Dijak getting the Judgment Day spot in Season 4 at one point, and the tag title run. So these do help me with knowing who's over. I kind of knew Tables was going to win that, because again, there weren't really many options for a 6-woman tag. And look at this. Look at this beauty right here. You can't fake this. I mean, I could fake this, but would I? Just this beauty of perfect 33 and a third percent. And then, oh my god, Street Fight ran away with it. It's crazy. All right, let's see how the current Cyber Sunday is doing. Oh my god, it's filling up quick. Oh, thank god. Oh, thank god. I saw like the circle starting to split, and I was like, oh god, please no. Okay, it's currently a tie, Ford and Hudson. With the speed title situation, what will happen is if there's a tie, then there will be a preliminary speed match between the ties. Like, generally, what were the odds? I mean, right? Like, if there's a tie in who gets voted in the speed title match, there will be a preliminary match where the winner then immediately faces Omos. Okay, so currently, oh wow, people are trying to make it happen. People want to see Cameron. People want to see Nia Jackson, Nikita Lyons. Oh my god, poor Thea Hale. Not shocked here. Really shocked that this is getting so split with Liv. Liv has less to do with this story than everybody else. Lola Vice dominating. I kind of hope this one ends in a 3-way tie. I'd love to see that happen again. I don't think it will. I think Lola's probably going to run away with it, because, I mean... Oh, man, look at her. Okay, Final Testament, Judgment Day. All right, the U is running away with it right now. All right, currently Tables match is winning this one. And Last Man Standing is barely got a lead. This is interesting. It's always so interesting to watch this change over the weeks. And you guys have got like 2 weeks for this. And that's so exciting. I'm going to be plugging this a lot. Like, this is going to get plugged and like put in pinned comments on almost every video for the next week. I hope you're ready for that. All right, I'm working tomorrow. Just got a notification. Cool. Got to be at work at 7. Holy fuck, 7:30. Oh god, I've not to be at work that long in a while, but I get done at 3:30. So that's the plus. Big plus, definite plus. So I am going to wrap up the stream now because I got to go to bed. I'm going to set my alarms real quick because I got to be out the door at fucking like 6:45, if not earlier. Let me actually look at how far I got to... I guess I should probably look at how far I got to actually go. How far do I actually have to go tomorrow? Because I've never been to these schools. Like, when I was a substitute back in my hometown, it was, you know, it was Okay, it is 20 miles from my house, according to Waze, which then increases when it factors in roads. It's actually 26 miles. It is a 33-minute drive going the back way, which looks like it's probably the better option. Tomorrow, I gotta arrive by 7:30. Not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I have some better options for what time I want to arrive there tomorrow. Thank you, Waze. 7:30. Okay. Yeah, I gotta leave my house by 6:45 tomorrow. Okay. All right, I gotta set alarms real quick, and I'm staying on stream to hold myself accountable here. Fuck, I'm gonna make myself wake up at fucking first alarm at 6 on the dot, I guess, because I gotta be out the door by 6:45. So, boom. So I can say goodbye to my, just to give you guys an update here. These 7 o'clock alarms were my old work alarms. I suppose I could say goodbye to those and turn them into 6 o'clock alarms. Shout out to the person who just commented done on the Cyber Sunday announcement. Like, thanks, bud. I'll get a notification every time someone submits a form. I'm just gonna set different tones. 6:30 is my last chance. I'm glad I grabbed a job for tomorrow. That makes my life easier. And it's high school, so high school is my favorite grades to do subbing for. Because high school kids, they realize that I'm just fucking close to their age, and I don't care. I care enough about, you know, everything. Okay, so first alarm of the day. Yeah, I should be able to wake up. I'm gonna turn off my filter so you guys can actually hear it, because it's gonna block out music otherwise. So first alarm of the day, the Sailor Moon theme. That should. Fighting evil by moonlight. Yep, that should get me up. That usually is enough of a beat to get me up. This is the backup for the Xander. You better get out of bed. That's the get out of bed alarm. That's the better get your ass moving alarm. Alright, then finally, what do we use as the final alarm? Because I need something that's going to wake me up, but it's not going to fucking antagonize Alex. Just to be safe. I've been preferring to go with, what if I deal with this? Green Hill could work. I didn't know I had Careless Whisper on my phone. This gives Mario Land vibes. I'm going with this. And that's just obnoxious enough to wake me up. Okay. Cool. That's all set up. I gotta go do feeding the cats and changing litter box and stuff. Insert saxophone here. That's why I quickly shut it down before it got me copyrighted. Alright, cool. So, Cyber Sunday poll is filling up and fast. Crazy times ahead. What do I do if there's a tie in the tag match? And I am correct, Lola Vice is already running away with it. As are Nia Jax and Nikita Lyons. What the fuck? Anyways, I'm going to call it there. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. This was a really, really fun time. I had a really great time on stream tonight. I hope you guys had a good time watching as much as I had a good time being here. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the NXT watch along.